Вітаємо вас на телепрограмі «Альберта Контакт». І ми продовжимо наш репортаж про те, як у місті Едмонтоні проходив благодійний пробіг на підтримку проекту Firefighter Aid Ukraine, який збирає рятувальне обладнання з пожежних підрозділів Канади і надсилає його по різних містах України.
Welcome everybody. Thank you for coming to this wonderful event. Thank you, Bohdana, for taking the lead and organizing this 5K walk run. Ukrainian Canadian Congress, Alberta Provincial Council is an umbrella organization that represents the voice of the Ukrainian community here in Alberta. There are 18 organizations that fall under the umbrella organization. We do support politically, educationally, culturally, language, all spheres with that encompass the Ukrainian culture. We're very grateful to the firefighters for coming out and helping us out raise these funds. We expect to raise well over $1,000 to Firefighter Ukraine, and we're very grateful to Kevin, who is the lead of this project, that we can actually partner and help support today. I just wanted to give everybody a warm welcome. Thank you again for coming out. We do have a couple of very special guests with us today.
So she's wrong. I'm not the brains. I'm not the lead of this project. It's taken tens of thousands of man hours and thousands of volunteers and support from organizations just like the UCC. But it was through that program, that trip, that I saw the need for support for the fire services in the hospitals over in Ukraine. And when I came back home, I started doing more research, and I uncovered a lot more statistics and things that just didn't sit well with me. So I approached my then chief, Ken Block, about sending over some of our retired equipment, and he asked I put together a business plan, so we did. And to date, we've sent over about, I think it's about 30,000 kilograms of aid in the form of firefighter turnouts, hospital equipment, helmets, gloves, you name it, tools. And we're working on a new campaign because of COVID to send over smaller packages that are more targeted to certain areas. So the funds that are being raised here today will be used to send over equipment to specific communities.
I'm Kevin Royal. I'm with Firefighter Aid Ukraine. I'm also a firefighter with the city of Edmonton. Several years ago, I had the opportunity to visit Ukraine with a Rotary Group Study Exchange, and I saw the conditions that first responders there were expected to perform their duties in, and it wasn't, how do you say, it was sad. I came back to Canada, and I wanted to try to do something to assist my brothers and sisters in Ukraine. So I founded the program, Firefighter Aid Ukraine, along with several of my colleagues in the Edmonton Fire Department, and from there we began collecting equipment, and the project blossomed and bloomed and snowballed, and to date we've shipped over 30,000 kilograms of equipment in the form of firefighter PPE or turnout gear, medical equipment, rescue tools, and supplies. We've conducted about 4 trips to Ukraine. Some of the regions that we've supported are Lviv, Kiev, Ivano-Frankivsk, Chernivtsi. We've also visited Uzhgorod, Dnipro, Poltava, and several others, Odessa. And the project's been super successful because of the support of organizations like the UCC, the Canada-Ukraine Foundation, Rotary, and individual sponsorships and donations. We're going to continue shipping equipment and supplies in the form of donations that way, but we're also focusing heavily on education and bilateral training and supporting each other through education. It was one of the things we identified in our post-project review that, and a lot of the Ukrainian comments were that they wanted to learn more about our North American standards. So that's one of the areas that we're really going to be focusing on the next few years.
Мене звуть Лученко Костянтин, і я в першу чергу хочу подякувати організаторам цієї події за таку прекрасну можливість зайнятися спортом разом з іншими українцями. І також ми це робимо не просто заради забави, а допомагаємо українським пожежникам, які так потребують допомоги в ці складні часи. І я сподіваюся, що наступні події з цим організатором будуть також прекрасні, як і цього разу. Теж дякую вам.
Firefighter. My family is Ukrainian, huge supporters in the Ukrainian community, so it was a beautiful day to come run, get some exercise in the sunshine, and to support firefighters in Ukraine.
I saw this race just early this week through your newsletter, so thanks for the newsletter. Great, actually, very good newsletter. You know, a lot of good information, so keep up the good work and that. So yeah, I come down and it's wonderful. The race is so well organized. You know, thanks to the running room, it's a good partner to partner up with there. The course is good, and like I was telling you there, Miss President, there. It kind of reminds me of Ukraine, this Hermitage Park, with all the greenery, the trees, the birds, the geese. I've been to Ukraine 3 times. My parents are originally from Ukraine, Western Ukraine. I was there in '92 with independence, and then in 2006 took my 3 sons and brother. It was a wonderful experience. We had 100 relatives there, and then we went back again in 2012 there. And why we're here today is to support the fire, men and women, and all the volunteers in Ukraine. And I know from my relatives and visiting some of the villages and communities how much they need equipment. Equipment's obsolete, and they need training, and they need our moral support. And just the fact that we're out here and thinking about them is a big part too. But yes, they need equipment. You know, fire is Mother Nature, and it's devastating. We're finding that in Canada and, you know, British Columbia and everything, how bad it is. So it's a very important part of the role.
Сьогодні ми маємо благодійну пробіжку або прохід і збираємо кошти на проект пожежників України. Всі зібрані кошти підуть на проект з зібрання спеціального обладнання та тренування українських пожежників. Сьогодні, 28 серпня, ми маємо два варіанти: або 5 кілометрів пробігу, або 5 кілометрів ходьби. І ми маємо приблизно 50 зареєстрованих людей, які підтримали наш проект і сьогодні будуть мати можливість не тільки підтримати українську громаду і український проект, але й також оздоровитися і отримати дуже багато задоволення. Ми маємо сьогодні деякі забавки для дітей і будемо нагороджувати наших переможців медалями, як тільки ми будемо їх мати. Дякую.
Мама цих двох маленьких хлопчиків. Я почула про цю подію від Богдани. Було цікаво, тому що я взагалі люблю бігати або ходити. Ну, мої малі ще не вміють особо бігати, то вони приїхали на велосипедах. Ну, а я вирішила підтримати українських пожежників. І якось ми прийшли от такий день гарний сьогодні.
John Jadek. I'm the Ward 3 City Councilor here in the city of Edmonton. Really proud of our fire department here, our local Ukrainian community, which I'm a part of. And as a city councilor, I think it's important to come to events like this and encourage them and personally, I want to do what I can to facilitate this type of charity and this type of aid to Ukraine. Within the city of Edmonton, we have a proud tradition of supporting our first responders, and we have a strong Ukrainian community. In Ukraine, like many countries, needs a little bit of support, and we're in a privileged position here in Canada to offer aid, and it's important that we maintain our relationship with Ukraine. We have a lot of heritage here. A lot of folks, such as my family, came from Ukraine and settled in Canada, and we're in a position where we can give back, and it really just makes sense. It's a feel-good project, but it also has tangible results on the ground, and it's going to save lives in Ukraine. That's why we should support this.
Є можливість ще допомогти. Прошу звертайтеся до офісу. Наш телефон є 780-414-1624. Ще раз, 780-414-1624. Дякую.
Дорогі друзі, ось і підійшла до завершення наша телепрограма. Дякуємо вам за перегляд і до нових зустрічей!